It's a hard first game against Adams. I mean, the way they play, they just kind of run at you and trap you all over the place. I mean, fans that obviously watch a lot of our games will very similar to the way UTPB plays. They just trap you all over the place, and so it's a hard first game to play in. Not making any excuses, but we didn't do a great job of handling the pressure and stuff like that. I think next time around, I think we would be fine, understanding what we have to do. But like you said, play a very, very, very good, talented Azusa team the next day, so your kids have basically less than 24 hours to let that go, get back in it. And first half was rough. I mean, Azusa did some things, not exactly similar to what Adams did, but they got up pressure us, and we still struggle a little bit. But at halftime, we just told our young ladies, I mean, we've got to play better. We got to pick it up, got to play better. And you say Carly did a great job, but I also point to the catalyst behind that transition was Grace Alvarez. I mean, she was pushing the ball like crazy. Another catalyst, I tell our post all the time, if you run, that opens up things for the guards. And our posts were running great. And then, we were able to get some stops, right, which led to our transition. So Jayla Burgess and Nylam and Bella and those girls that were guarding their better post kids did a great job. And then, guys, they're number 5 for Azusa is going to be one of the better players we play all year. Carly just took it from her. I mean, just absolutely took it from her. You could tell that she was definitely at the end of the game that she felt defeated a little bit, and I was proud of Carly because she took it to her.
I mean, you did mention obviously that huge second half from Carly.
Yeah.
In the second, I think all 20 points came in the
They
second
did.
half.
They
What was
did.
the difference there?
She's just mindset. I think that you guys know this too from being around sports for as long as y'all have. It's a mindset thing. I just tell our girls you have to change your mindset. At some point, it's going to click. And I mean, you look at my first year here. Where we dropped those few games early. You got to change your mindset. You got to go, and fortunately for us, we changed it quicker this year. And we were able to get that mindset changed. And I just told Carly to attack because Carly, they can't guard you. They cannot guard you. You just got to keep attacking. And she did. And we went to her right away. We ran a play for her right away. And I think that helped at a half to get her going, get that three-point play, start seeing the ball go through the hole. And so that helped.
Something else when I was watching the game, you guys were really attacking the board in 1 second.
Yeah.
So that really helped well.
It did, because if you look at their first game when they played Pueblo, they beat Pueblo, but Pueblo, I think, had almost 20 offensive rebounds. So that was an emphasis of ours. Like, ladies, you got to go attack the glass. We can take advantage of that and use that to like you said, get second, even maybe third chance opportunities.
And going up to Colorado this
Yeah.
weekend, Colorado Mesa and Dakota.
Yeah.
Just looking on the phone.
Yeah.
What do you expect from those games?
They're very, like this week was 2 totally different teams. Like, where Adams, got up, pressured you, trapped you all over the court, and Azusa was a little more traditional. Both of these teams are very similar in a sense. They're going to both try to play good half-court defense, run their stuff against you. So they're going to want to. I mean, they're going to obviously watch the film of our Azusa game second half, and they're going to try to stop our transition game. And so our emphasis is to keep pushing the ball against both these teams because we're faster, we're more athletic than both teams. Colorado Mesa is probably one of the best coached teams in our region. I mean, Taylor does a phenomenal job every year. And so they went up to, I think it was British Columbia, Canada or whatever this weekend and got 3 wins. I mean, so obviously they're going to be coming home confident, so it's going to be a very difficult environment, difficult game. But it's good to get our girls a first true road test and see how we do.
How do you guys, I mean, you mentioned it, that first half you guys had to play hard. How do you kind of keep that from happening again moving forward?
Yeah.
Rolling early in the first half.
100%, and I think I hate to keep using the same phrase, but I think it rings true. It's your mindset, and how you want to approach that. And I always tell people I'm not going to be your rah-rah, slam my fist against the wall, kick things, and go crazy before the game and motivate you. Like you got to be self-motivated. That's the only sustaining motivation, in my opinion, that will last throughout a season. And I think if you go back to our first year where we had that Elite 8 run, those kids were self-motivated, and I think the same thing rings true with these kids right here. And you could tell it was just, we walked out of the halftime locker room and we challenged them, and they came out and you could just tell. I looked at my assistant and I said, we're going to make this comeback watch. And we did. And it's just because I could tell the mindset had shifted with these kids.
You've been in a lot of locker rooms like that before the game. You can see kind of the pregame attitudes and whatnot. What is the difference between when you maybe thinking, man, this might be a long one?
Well, that's a great question. For me, I watch your body language. I think body language tells me a whole lot before and after a game. And I watched the kids' body language, and they were halftime. They were popping around. I mean, they knew, okay, we've got to come back out and get these kids, and we will. And when you see the ball go in the hole a couple times, that really helps. Like if we can get to Colorado Mesa and get a couple easy baskets, I think that'll help us against them. And so once we do that, you'd hate to say that you start missing baskets, but if we can get a couple baskets to go in, I think that changes their mindset. And if not, we got to keep guarding. And I think that was a big difference too in the second half yesterday, is we finally got back to our principles that we like to do defensively. We really, we took it to Azusa and shut them down in a lot of ways.
You guys don't have a home game for a while. Is that by design?
Well, it's a great question, DJ. So this tournament we're in, this conference challenge, that we were just in this past weekend, will actually be in Canyon next year. So we kind of got it rotating to several places, right? And the conference challenge that we're in this weekend, next year will be in Odessa, but then the following year will be back in Canyon. So these things just rotate. So, ideally, I would love to just play right here at the FUB, and if I can, I would. But these games are so important to play in because of your regional rankings and everything like that. You've got to be involved in them, and you're not going to find very many teams that will just say, yeah, we'll just come to the FUB every year, I wish we could. We got Colorado Mines to come here. This year, we're going to New Mexico Highlands, but they're coming back here the following year. So we're going to continue to get teams here. It's just not as many as I want this year, but that's just kind of the way the schedule worked out.